you ready? You better be ready. Okay, enough of that. I have a time schedule limit. Okay, ready? My anxiety is building. Anyways, this is the thing. This is the thing. It moves files around. It's pretty dope. You get this kind of output here. You get these things. You set your settings. You click this. It moves the thing. Okay, it moves the thing. You want a demonstration? I'll show you now. Okay, so you want to rename? No, it works the same for everything. Every single thing. You take this. You move it here, and then you go. Boop. Hey, it did work. There's no file output, but if I change it and then I move that, it will move. See, it moved, and if we go here and we rename this, my anxiety right now is just. I'm trying to do before people women. We never do this, and it works the same for reading. Okay. Why doesn't it work? It's not meant to at the moment. Set that. Go here. Freaking rename. See, it renames. Okay, and then we can move all of that to that file. Okay, it's really cool. It works for every single one of these, depending on your all check button. Okay, you do have to set a few directories, but it works, and that is. Now, okay, right? So let's dive on in. I'm not gonna show you at the end. I'm just gonna go through the notes, through all the notes, every single one of these.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so to start, we have this panel. Okay, this panel is the main panel, as you can see by its name. It's this thing. It has a pop-up and a button input. So a pop-up is, as you saw there, it just pops it. It just pops it up, and then it pops up a panel, and you don't need it to be shortcut only. But if you don't have a shortcut only, then it's going to pop up anyway, and it's going to be a bit of a pain, because you have like two of the same panels. But if having shortcut only is better. Okay, these are set to these buttons. These correspond to these operators here, right? For each of these operators, we have a thing. We'll go over that, but layout first, right? It's just a column. In the column goes these things, and for this we have an icon, and we can change the icon. Look, we're gonna change it to the circle. Pretty lit, and now what? Look, it's a circle now. So cool. It works the same for it's stuck. Damn it! I really can heck. Oh, works the same for every single thing that you do. Pretty cool. Okay, got it down. Good. So that's our pop-up, right? We also have our settings, right? Our setting panel. This is our setting panel, right? As you can see by our header here, it has setting. This is setting. This is a sub-panel. It houses all of our settings down to the naming conventions, and then our naming convention settings are right here. I do so believe. Yeah. Control H to do that. See? Oh, you can't spam. Damn. You've noticed these things here. These are portals. Portals are really cool. It means instead of copy and pasting this a lot, you can just put it into that little bean. Very nice bean right there. And then just out it just anywhere. And there's multiple outs, so you can like make an amazing like squid. I don't know. Spider. Instead of having all the spaghetti, all of it. And as you can see, different things do different things. So we're gonna go over this. No, this is the check variable. Oh, we have a box. It does this. Why is it set to run? In case I want to have more check buttons, obviously, because then I can just build them up and have more. It's quite fun. And then it just goes into here, right? And that sets all check. All check is when you do stuff with it here, on all that it sets variable check, and then it prints it, so we can see it. As you can see, if we go over here, and then we go over here, and if, where is anything? As you can see, it prints it right here. You saw that? Yeah. Of course you did. You revised. does the thing. It's cool, okay? It does the thing. And then over here, we're just doing this. Why are we doing this? These properties sit here. There's that one's a file, that one, and that one, a DII path, and all the rest are just single strings. And then all check is a boolean, and it corresponds to these things. But in variables, we only have one boolean, everything else is a string. Yes. And then we have this. So this is directories. This is our 2-path input. Remember, when you see this, it's just me going in here and saying I want interface, and then it will come up in the interface. Wow, amazing. Anyway, moving on because time. This allows us to do this really cool thing where it changes the icon and it enables the thing. Now, how do you do that, I wonder? Well, you see we have these out things. So for this one, for our label, we have this. Now these are switch nodes. They're pretty self-explanatory. They switch between 2 sets of data based on your boolean. In which case our boolean is, I believe, yeah, it's all check. So it's just the raw data from it. Right? And then we put it in, and then it goes up here. Right? So, brief explanation. If green equal true, then set string select folder. If green equal false, set string select file. Correct? Right. Because when it's true, we want it to do all. And when it's false, we want it to only do a single one. Okay? That's the way all check works. Haha. Same kind of thing here. Because as I mentioned, you want the thing. You want a single thing to load, a single thing to be done when it's false, and all of it to be done when it's true. Thus we have this thing, and it's printed. It's just inverting the boolean, so then this equals true when this equals false, right? Nice and simple. It gives us a nice output, and I'll explain this now. This is for debugging, right? Debugging. It looks complex, not really. All it is, it's a list of run operators corresponding to different operators, right? And then via those operators, do different things. So for instance, if we just turn on for print, which it is, we should only get the outputs for the inverted and true boolean. Yeah, see? It has that. And as you can see, it's going through not inverted equals false, inverted equals true, and it's vice versa for this thing. Okay, got it? Good. This is just for printing, right? It's just for printing, like all the properties. This one here was because check wasn't working, but then I realized a boolean into a string makes it a string and makes it not work. So then I just changed it back to a boolean, and now it works. Explanation over. Good. This, you know what it does? It just takes a boolean, this bit here, takes a boolean and inverts it. So when this equals true, this equals false, and vice versa. We saw it, like right here. Amazing. Sorry, I'm rushing. I know I am, but I don't want to have another 40-minute thing and lose all the value from it, like I did before. This here, naming conventions, it's a box, and in the box is free text inputs, and it's in its own subpanel, so you can close it at your will if you don't like it. Although, I like it. Okay, on to the operators. Scripts take a long while to explain. So, for the operators, I'm using a set, but that's because this has failed me so many times, I can't be bothered doing an update, because it might fail me as well. Though, this would probably work. If you can update this to an update, you just have this as an update node, instead of an operator going into each of the variables. But this seems to work, and it gives you this thing, this tree, this really cool tree. And I like the really cool tree. It's like a bouncy ball, see? So, these just set all of the things to the variable. All properties to every variable. And it really does. See? Do. and you get a nice candy cane. Okay, so as I was mentioning before, we only have 3 main buttons for this, and then everything else is decided on all check, apart from your settings, which you set manually, right? So the way I'm doing this is I'm just going to say copy. This is for debugging, right? Taking copy and putting it through an if-else statement with the condition of check, and if check is true, then again, we run all, and if it's false, we run 1. No? Right? And I'm just doing that for move and rename as well. What is that there? It's not. And then for, say, 1 copy, and for both of these, there's a separate operator, which means it runs the script and then it prints, right? Yes, very nice. Why am I doing it? It looks nice. It looks more compact than having just a giant list of stuff. But you can't. It's up to you. Up to your preference. Up to your preference. And then once it does the script, I'm just printing another thing for debugging that just prints info about that thing. It just saves that like it's done. And again, there's all copy for that, and so on and so forth. Got it? You understand? You understand? I understand, right? It just is the thing. This run, print, and it's got the report. Hey, you go back in the video like an hour, and you'll find it. And I have already showed you how it works, so let's get in with the scripts and get over with this. We'll do this first. Okay, so remember, these things, they're variables. It's easier to put variables into a script than it is properties. That's why I have that set variable. That set thing that sets all of these to variables, just so I can use them in the script nice and easily. Okay, so here, the way this works is you take your source, okay, and you have your destination, and then it basically says put source in destination. That's it. That's it. So we have our source, we have our destination. Remember, these are all set. They're all set in these settings. And these are things. So you can do the thing. You can do the things. You can like name this paper games. Paper games. Do that. We'll get to file extension, and file end is pretty explanatory. It's basically what it puts at the end of the file. Yeah, so nice and simple. Nah, very nice. It's relaxing. On to move. So the way move works is it's like copy, but you need the end bit from your source to also be. You need your file name on both paths, right? So all you need to do for it is apply your file from file to your toPath, and to do that I use reusable variable to split this path, right? This means you get a head. Oh, I forgot to mention, I probably should because it's not in there. I went through and did all of this stuff for this already, okay? So even though there's not much documentation, I I went through all of this and did it. So anyway, a split, this is what it does. It takes your, where's my split? Where? Oh, it's somewhere. Oh, good. Here it is, right? It takes your string. I forgot what string this is, but I think it's like the main one. Yeah. It takes your path and it splits it. So into its head and the tail. And note, if there is text, like txt, it will also put it there. Very nice indeed. Okay, so again, we're taking the tail, we're applying it to dst, right? Which means that this will work. And as you saw, it does. It does. But, so copy copies a file over, right? It won't copy it more than once. Moves it from one file to the next. Note, if it already exists in said file, it will just kind of just delete it, or like overwrite. Yeah, we'll overwrite it. And yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah. Also, because we're only doing one, I'm using a file because it makes sense to only use one file if you're just doing one. And then when we switch to all, which you will see soon, I switch to from folder instead of from file. It's the same here, right? So if you switch to none or check, it won't only, but it will highlight and indentate or unindentate this, which is file name, specifying you need to use a file, and it will also say select file. And then if you go to folder or all check, it will say select folder and that. Note there is a weird glitch thing where you can select that, but it won't do anything because it won't. So just pick your thing and it will be fine. Okay, yep. Got it? Good. Okay, so this is for renaming. Way renaming works is you take your old name, note it's a path, so you'll have your path plus your name. Cool? Yeah, cool. Plus your name with your new name, which is also connected to a path. So it looks something like, is it here? Do cut if it's not. Yeah, here it is. Kind of. Yeah, so if you look at the long names, don't worry about the short, that doesn't work. That's just it's just like this bit. And don't worry about that, the double thing either, it's fine. Everything's okay. You need 2 of these, that's the input. So to reconstruct that, what I did is using the variable, I split the old name, got the tail, no, got the head of it. I plus this because else it won't work. It just won't. Trust me, it won't. And then I plussed in, new, and into it, right? And then this is for debugging. Do I try? Do I dare risk it? Do I dare risk it? I'ma risk it. I'ma risk it for no biscuits. One, do that. Oh, I can't speak. Yeah. You do gotta make sure that these actually exist. Like, because I renamed, it's not there. Yeah, I could just, I can just do that. Do that. Just so we can see the debugging purposes. So again, it's going through making new name, and then we're using this format to do the renaming. Okay? Now on to all. Right, we have the thing. We now have the extension variable. Now the extension variable, it's just a list with, say, whatever extensions you want with it. An extension is like .txt, which is what we're using for this. And we have file list. So file list, if it means file name, we're going for file name and file name in this lists this. So this lists our from folder, every single file in there. And then we've got an if statement connected, I guess, to that. Yeah. That says if any file name ends with our extension, which is .txt, and then this basically says, I know it says 4, but yeah, it appends it. So for any of them, yeah. So, and then it just appends it to list. So if there is any found, it just appends it to list. And then for here, we're just doing a for loop for it, because again, you need a for loop for like all the files that end with your extension. So we're going for file in file list. We're appending it to rf reusable file. And then you'll see this equation a lot, and it makes it better if I explain it now. Again, these print for debugging, as you saw with the rename one, but I ain't printing them because you kind of saw it already. It just prints a list for every file. Okay, yeah. So we have file file name. Why am I assigning it to this when I could just do this? There was a reason when I was doing it in script, but then I don't need to do that anymore. Let's see if I can find the reason actually. Yeah, because when in script you need to use this, but with Serpens it automatically does that, which is oh so nice and oh so handy, and I love it. You need to do that. So that's why I'm doing that. So anyway, this here, right? Do note this is a folder, so we don't have a file, so we don't need to split it to get it. You can do that though. You can, but then if you split, then you need to use the. Then you need to use that, because it will get rid of that. But because we're not splitting it, we can do that and it's fine. So this basically says, it remakes it. It remakes your, so you know how we did it with the one copy? Where's one copy? One copy, where we have this, because this is a file name, right? It constructs file, it constructs file names. Man, it just constructs the long file names, okay, for this, right? And then this is reusable, I think I've gone over this. And then it's just this, it's the same format thing that we use for the thing being copy one, right? Where we have our file and we have our destination, and then it copies our file to our destination. This is move. Again, for this you need the, so we essentially need two of these, because we also need one for the DST, because we're also updating the DST, else it won't move it. It will just copy it, I believe. Actually, it will probably output an error saying use shuntle copy, do it. So again, same equation, very nice, very nice. Why is this here? Because we're doing reusable variable too. So again, this and this, they're just like folder things, so they don't have a file name, and then we're just appending the file name that we get from file list right there, and it's the same file listing that we explained in copy all. And then this, which I went over probably 0 times. Okay, Dark Souls boss, let's do it. I call this the Dark Souls boss because it's just got this equation here. And that,